Right, so it's Wednesday the 24th of Jan. We're parked near Nafford Weir, near Eckington. It's a nice spot. We've got a lovely view up to Breeden Hill. And today, I would say today's been a good day. We survived all the winds. Last night it was furnituring windy, proper windy. It was like we were literally in a boat on rough water. And we were getting bashed around in the night. It was so much that because I can because I can feel the motorhome move when you move up in your bed. If you really move enough, that's how it felt. So I kept on thinking you were getting up. So yeah, it was really windy. But where we parked last night was somewhere different, near Fladbury. It did give us good protection. There is a different place I would go next time, but we had stayed there a couple of times before. I decided to just mix it up a little bit. So it did give us good protection, and as the wind died down in the morning, you could still hear it was really windy around, but the wind was in the trees, and the trees were helping to dissipate the wind and reduce it hitting the motor. That was all good. We went to see the guy today that very kindly knocked on the motorhome yesterday, where we parked up yesterday. And as you pull in off the road, it all looks pretty suspicious, but as you drive down the drive, you can see that he's turning his little bit into a bit of a haven. That could be quite exciting. We decided, I haven't told him yet, but I'm going to send him a message and see if we can go and stay there for a few days when Arthur and I are next together, and we'll try it out. Quite like the idea of doing some odd jobs around the place, a bit like gardening type work. That'd be quite cool. Let's see. It's also fairly close to Evesham, so if we got Arthur's bike, well, if we both had bikes, we could cycle into Evesham if we ever wanted to do that. And yeah, all looks good. So yeah, that was all good. Nice to go and see him today. Seems like a nice guy, but we'll take our time to get to know each other and see if we get on. And then really proud of Arthur getting on with his exercise that he did today, writing stuff down based on the exercise we got out of ChatGPT. So we'll finish that off tomorrow, writing it down, and then that's good for spelling and grammar and creativity, coming up with an explorer called Adventurous Arthur. And then tomorrow we'll finish off the other details about Adventurous Arthur, and then Arthur can type that all up into ChatGPT, and that's good computer skills. So that's all good. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say. It's not just suddenly going to be windy. It would have said it on the weather, wouldn't it? And the thing that's definitely been helping is these earplugs by Loop. I've never really worn I haven't worn earplugs before at all. So these have made my ears feel a bit tender, because all of a sudden I'm ramming something in my ear in the hole. So I've actually gone up, because they come with multiple different size buds, I suppose you'd call them. So I've gone up to the largest size. So instead of pushing it in the hole in my ear, it's resting just behind the flap, which has probably got a name, but I don't know what it is. Resting in there. Yeah, well, that's what I just said, but it's probably not that, is it? So they've been helpful. And what else? I can't really think of anything else. Yeah, I'm enjoying the new sleeping bag. Seems good. It's not been as cold as it was the last couple of weeks, so that's hence I'm in slightly different clothes. I'm just sat in a t-shirt now, and we haven't had the heating on at all since we came over here. See, the heating hasn't been on since this morning, so yeah, it's definitely increased in temperature. I don't know what the temperature is now. I think it's 16.6 degrees in here, which, yeah, in a house, some people, including myself, might find that quite cool. I used to sleep in the house and leave the household thermostat on night at 16 degrees, and in the day 18. But in here, 16 feels all right, to be honest. I wouldn't bother putting the heating on. I'd put a jumper on instead. So that's all good. Overnight, I think it got down to about 8 degrees, but again, that's all good. You want to be cooler when you're asleep. You'll sleep better by being cooler. It's sort of gathering a bit more data about my using the Fitbit. So I'm not even getting 8 hours, not even getting 7 hours sleep a night. It's roughly about 7 hours, but that's not continuous sleep, and that's what I need. I think if I had 7 hours continuous sleep, I'd be laughing, because I keep getting woken up through the night 3 or 4 times. We'll see. I've changed my routine. I'm exercising in the morning. I'm even tomorrow going to try something different with breakfast and coffee. And then what else? So I'm hoping where we are tonight with the weather that I've got a good chance of it being quiet. Now that said, people do drive past fairly quick on this road, although it's a very narrow back road, so that can occasionally wake me up, but we'll see with the earplugs in. Staying at this guy's plot could be really good because you can hear the road a bit, but generally it seems quite peaceful apart from a dog in a plot next door.
It's really cuddly though. It came
that's a different dog. That's a guy doing work on his buildings. I'm talking about a dog in the next door plot that you didn't see. But we'll see about. I mean, that could be annoying if the dog's barking all the time. That's well annoying. But there we go. What else? Yeah. Have you got anything to say about life in the motorhome? Cooking evening meals is something else I just thought of. Yesterday I did a bigger pot full of different organic vegetables. I boiled them first, drained them, and then put them in a nice sort of decent sized saucepan, not a large one, normal sized saucepan, with one of the Waitrose tikka masala sauces, and let that simmer for a while. And that did us 2 dinners. I mean, Arthur wasn't that hungry yesterday, so he wasn't feeling that well, which is fair enough. So he didn't eat as much as he would do normally. So,
but today we put different kind of condiments. And I put the just right amount of salt,
soy sauce, pepper.
Yeah, and what's the other thing?
Well, you didn't have any sriracha. I had that.
No, the other thing.
Worcestershire sauce.
Yes.
I don't think it'll be very nice with that, to be
I
honest.
had everything. Together it just made a combo.
Yeah, that's all good. Well, you might have felt that yesterday if you'd felt better. So I suppose if Arthur had eaten his normal amount yesterday, then today we would have boiled some extra vegetables. But as it was today, we just got out that food which we kept in some plastic containers in the fridge and warmed it up. So that's sort of, I suppose, a good example of mixing up dinners. Some night we might do homemade pizzas that take a bit longer.
Tomorrow we're having pancake. Tomorrow for breakfast we're having bacon sandwiches.
Bacon sandwich. We're going to do
and for dinner we're going to have pancakes. I'm excited, can you tell?
We're going to do pancake Fridays tomorrow evening, but without bacon. So yeah, we're going to use the bacon and do ourselves a special bacon sandwich with the nice sourdough bread. That's all good. And then tomorrow that's it. The toilet is full. Luckily, there's a toilet indicator. So it basically doesn't say the level. It just tells you when it's full. So we can't use the toilet at all until it's empty now, because that's proper full now. Although we are parked on a bit of a slope here. But luckily we're booked in our lovely favourite campsite with Lisa at Avon Bank Meadow.
I just need to say something.
Avon Meadow.
If we ever try to... Yeah. If we ever try to advertise something, if we do post this,
if we ever recommend a product or a service,
if we ever post this on YouTube or something,
I know. And if we're recommending a product or a service,
we will always say it, and I promise you, I'll always say it. We'll always.
What you mean is, we would only ever recommend a product if we actually use it and we actually love it.
Yes.
We would never ever do anything just for the money. I totally agree. Right, mentioning these loop earplugs, I literally use them. Mentioning the Lifesaver jerry can, we literally use it every day. We would never ever, if we ever could earn money from doing this, then we would only ever do it with
thousands by now. No, I'm joking.
Well, we would only ever do it with products and services that we use and we've tried and we genuinely think can help others. And then if we could earn some money to contribute towards our costs, of course that's all good, isn't it? But we don't agree with influencers who earn money just for the sake of earning money and try and convince you and trick you to buy stuff. Maybe one day. Could be quite cool, couldn't it?
Just so you know, you don't have to subscribe if you don't want to. I know some YouTubers like Stampy or Preston Plays or other YouTubers that I like. No offence, but I think they do focus a bit on subscribers. We don't really. Well, I'm not saying this just so we get more. We don't really care about subscribers. We just want to do the. We like to do it.
Well, if we can help other people to live a bit more off grid and have loads more of adventures and live an alternative life, and if we can help them to not make all the mistakes we might have made, and if we can educate them on the things that it's been hard for us to learn, then that's great, isn't it? And if we end up with loads of subscribers because people love what we're doing, because we're helping them, that's brilliant. But either way...
If you're on kids' YouTube, don't subscribe, because then it takes you to normal YouTube.
Well, we won't be on kids' YouTube, because I don't mark any of these made for kids.
Oh.
You have to mark the videos as made for kids.
Is this made for kids?
No, because sometimes there might be a swear or something like that. It's not made for children, is it, really?
If my dad ever just decides to do it, and we get rid of the swear words, well, if there are, I can't remember the last time when they were.
You could do your own Oxwich adventures for kids. That could be cool.
Maybe in the future, look out for me. I might have a YouTube channel when I'm 12 or something. 2 years to go.
Yeah, I think you need to be at least 13. I think under 13.
Oh, for goodness sake!
Different rules and regulations about children and online.
Well, I have.
Anyway, we do this together anyway, don't we?
Yeah, in our next video, it might be in 2 weeks. I'll try my best to remember, and I'll tell you what age I can do it.
There you go. Apart from that, there's a ritual we've got. Now, the temperature is better now, so I'm not having to worry about the leisure battery getting too cold to operate. So I go back to my normal routine, where in the daytime we use power banks to power our laptop and phones, and then in the evening and by using power banks in the daytime, it means the solar panel can focus on recharging the leisure battery, the lithium-ion leisure battery. And then at night time, then I use the leisure battery to recharge the power banks. However, earlier on I was keeping an eye on the charge of the lithium-ion battery, and it got to 100% when it was still daylight. So then, at that point, the solar panel can't put any more than 100% in the leisure battery. So I decided to plug in the power banks so they can get some power from the solar panels. And then once the sun's gone down, they'll keep getting power from the leisure battery.
Yes.
So that's what I'm doing at the moment. And then I suppose the other setup at night actually is, because I'm conscious of I don't want to wake up Arthur or be annoying. So he sleeps upstairs. He sleeps upstairs. What I get ready, so I make as little noise as possible. I get my pan with lemon water ready to turn it into hot lemon water. Just put it in there. And then I
got my first credit card today.
It's not a credit card.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Debit card.
You're well excited.
I'm going to show you the back because it's got some details on it.
You mustn't do that.
Yeah.
And then this setup over here, so that's the power banks, which quick tip is I'll turn them over at night, because even though it might not seem it, that blue light's really bright.
So
and then what I've got ready for tomorrow in the morning for when before Arthur gets up, because I get up at 5. No, don't do that, please. Is earbuds, and obviously I'm on my phone here with a tripod, so I'll use that to do my half an hour of yoga. This thing I'm holding.
Oh yeah, sorry.
And then so I use my phone with the Glow app and the tripod and the earbuds to do half an hour of yoga, nice and quiet. I've already got my yoga mat out, and then I'll go and wake up Arthur, and then we'll get dressed, get the table out, and I've got my laptop and
we'll just leave
my
away.
mouse.
Sorry.
To start work, or yeah, like Arthur said, we might. Depends where we are. It depends where we are. We might. There we go. Yeah, it depends where we are. Because if we're somewhere nice, then we'd stay here until we have to leave to get to the park, to get to Pershore in time, so we can go to the park and do the school run.
Yeah.
Or if it's somewhere where, well, we just may as well leave early. We basically, I'll do yoga, and before getting out of the table, I'll wake up Arthur, and then we'll drive into Pershore, and then we'll park up earlier in the car park. So that's the thing we'll do. And then the routine we've started to do in the evenings after the school run, or sometimes now Arthur will walk to school on his own and come home on his own, which is awesome. And then in the evenings, Arthur and I'll see each other after school. We'll decide where we're going to drive. We'll drive there, and then we'll get set up, and then we'll do half an hour of homework. Well, it's not. Sorry, we mustn't call it homework. Yeah. That sounds awful, doesn't it?
It does.
It's exercises. It's practice. Learning English or learning maths.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's not.
Yeah, but we've only tried it a couple of times. That's the whole point. We're working out something that is enjoyable and fun to do. Okay. Where it's just like, we're both nerds. We do like learning and asking questions all the time. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You've got to get out of the mindset that it's homework and into the mindset that it's learning to help you become whoever you want to be when you're older.
Okay.
So that's what we've come up with now. And then, I was going to have a go at delaying my breakfast until after going to the gym, but it just doesn't quite work out because some days with work I might have to work longer in the morning before I can go to the gym. So I've decided it's nice to eat breakfast with Arthur anyway. So I'll eat breakfast. Well, I have my AG1, eat breakfast, and my first coffee between 7 and sort of 7:30 in the morning, and then but I'm going to go back to doing a 24-hour fast once a week. That was sort of when I felt like all my sort of bodily functions were all at their best, sort of thing, and sleep and all that sort of stuff. So, can you give that a bash? Yeah. You got anything you want to say?
No, not really.
No. Okay. That's it then.
Bye.
That's it for today. Bye bye.